A little over a week ago, I received a mystery package from Reiser's treasure hunting Emporium. Now, I say mystery because Charlie mentioned in his live stream that a package was in the mail for me and that it contained 2 coins to grade. In the package were some Reiser's treasure hunting stickers. Thank you for sending those. Also enclosed was a letter, as well as 2 coins, a 1942 mercury dime, and another coin that was wrapped in a piece of paper, on which was written, "Grade this one." Now, at first I laughed, but I'm also not one to shy away from a research challenge, so here is my analysis. In the letter, Charlie said that these coins were both recovered. Now, the mystery coin is made of metal, but it's not magnetic, and at first I thought it was a hammered coin, because it looks like an old hammered English penny. But the probability of recovering an English hammered coin in the northeastern United States is probably pretty low. It's smaller in diameter than the mercury dime, and the mystery coin is also remarkably thin. It's only about a quarter of the thickness of a mercury dime. Under the microscope, some details appeared. On the obverse of the coin, we see a profile similar to the mercury dime. There's the wing, and we have Liberty's brow, and the nose, and the chin, and the neck. The coin is missing metal where the date would have been. Now, on the reverse of the coin, we see the bottom of the fascius, and we can make out a faint outline of the fascius, and even a little bit of the axe at the top. If we go down to the 7 o'clock part of the coin, we can see the letters O, N, and E. Now, what's evident is that there is no rim on this coin. There should be a noticeable gap between the bottom of the fascius and the rim, but there simply is no rim on the coin. So, my theories as to what this mystery coin is, I now have 3. The first theory is that this is a genuine mercury dime that spent some time in a very corrosive environment, like highly acidic soil or alkaline soil or maybe salt water, and its condition just worsened in that environment. However, I do have a reservation about that theory, and that's based upon what little I know about corrosion in natural environments. Because a solid piece of metal, which a coin is, as it corrodes, would do so from the outside inwards. So it would be like an ice cube melting. The outer surface of the object is removed first. In this case, there's so much silver missing from the middle of the coin. Remember, it's 1/4 the thickness of a circulated dime, but there are still discernible details on the obverse and on the reverse. In other words, if we could take a mercury dime and somehow wear it down until it's 1/4 the thickness of its original thickness, then I don't think we would see any details on the surfaces whatsoever. And I don't think it would be the case that the details of the coin would somehow remain while the metal underneath corroded. Otherwise, we'd have a sort of shell of a coin remaining. So while it may be a highly corroded mercury dime, I'm not yet completely convinced that it is. Theory 2 is that the mystery coin was something ornamental, like a charm, or was something like play money, and it was designed to look like a mercury dime, but not to the extent that it could be mistaken for a mercury dime in trade. And that might explain its thinness and its rough details, and it was dropped at some point and corroded to the state that it is now. Theory 3 goes along the lines of Theory 2, that this was an experiment or a poor counterfeit of a mercury dime, maybe a poorly made cast of a mercury dime. People would counterfeit circulating dimes in the 30s and 40s, and maybe this was just somebody seeing how the process would work, and this was their test coin. So Charlie, and anybody else who happens to be watching, based on this evidence, what are your thoughts on the mystery coin? And as we ponder that question, it's important to remember that the process is often the best reward, because that's one of the great things about collecting coins. They're objects that have very humanistic aspects attached to them. They tell us a story about their design and their symbolism, about how they were used, how they came into our possession, how they came to be in the condition that they're in. I suppose that means this mystery coin, for the time being at least, remains a mystery, and it's one that I really appreciate being part of. So thank you, Charlie and Sandy, for sending the coins my way. And perhaps this will be the start of a trend, and I'll have to find a mystery coin and send it along to you, and you can discover its story.